Hey everybody, Robert from Black Belt Gaming, continuing my playthrough of Defenders of the Realm with expansions. Remember, this is just some of these are some of the expansions, not all of them. Sterling, the guardian dragon of the realm. He's bored. He's over there on the side of the table with nothing to do. I have been recently reading some comments on the Board Game Geek forum about some of these expansions, and it seems like that some people want to get Sterling into the game a little more often or a little sooner, so they recommend starting with Sterling on one of the spaces on the map. I did not do that, so I'm going to let him come in as I draw the cards, sort of as the rules said, but I find that to be an interesting house rule. And that's another thing about this game is that a lot of people enjoy tweaking the rules, changing a little bit here and there. I'm starting to find myself interested in that too, just to sort of tailor it to the experience that you want to have. And the game is strong enough, almost in the same way that old school Dungeons and Dragons is strong enough to withstand those modifications and still hold up well. So let's get back to the board and we'll pick it up with the Eagle Rider. So here's my little bad camera, but gives us a bird's eye view of the table for the most part. The Eagle Rider is right here. He's at Wolf Pass. And I think he did pretty well last time taking out some of the Dragonkin minions, and I think he was able to pick up some potions of healing. Remember, he is in flight. We're going to keep with this turn. We're going to keep him in the sky. So let's see where we want to send him. Well, since he's on his eagle, we will spend one action token and fly 1, 2, 3. We'll get over to Rockbridge Pass, and we have a quest card that will set us up to try something there. All right, I've just placed the card there. We are attempting to recruit the ancient champions that rest in the crypts of Rockbridge. We're there. Travel to Rockbridge Pass, seeking the help of the ancient champions. Step 2, spend an action token. All right, so we're going to spend a second action token. And roll 2 dice, perform the ceremony of calling forth the spirits of the long-dead champions. For each 5 and 6 that we roll, we can defeat 2 minions anywhere on the board. All right, here we go. We have a 5, but not a 6, and not another 5, so just 2 minions. Well, I get to remove 2 minions from the board. They can be at different locations. I find the Dragonkin to be the hardest to battle. So I think I'm going to remove one from the Lagoon and probably this one from Heaven's Glade, just so my heroes don't have to worry about those for right now. So that quest was completed. It's time for us to draw a new one for our Eagle Rider. Dragon Scale Armor. I guess this is a new one. The strongest armor known throughout the realm has been forged from dragon scales. I don't know, is this a new one or not? You need to travel to Fire River, spend an action to obtain the scales of the armor. Place one of your action tokens on this card until this quest is completed. Travel to Amarak Peak, to the dwarf stronghold of the mountains, and spend 1 action and discard 4 hero cards. If you do this, you get to wear the dragon armor that will block 2 wounds each time you would suffer wounds. Replace any armor the hero may already have. It does not block undead fear wounds. Well, for our third action, let's take flight. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way down here to the bottom of the board, the Fire River. That's where we need to go to find this dragon scale armor. For our last action, I'm going to attack the minions there. There are 2 undead minions at that location. Let's see if we can wipe them out. And the good thing is we are in the sky, so that if we fail and end our turn there, we're not going to take any fear damage or physical damage. All right, attacking the 2 minions. We need 4s or better. And we got 1 of them. So we will remove 1 of the undead, leaving 1 remaining, but no damage to us. We're too high in the sky. Well, let's draw a couple of hero cards. We've got another green one. He's really preparing for the Orc General. And a special Battle Luck. So let's take a look at his hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 cards. And majority of them green. So I think we're going to be heading after Gorgut in the near future. But that's all he can do on his turn for now. All right, we're going to go for our Barbarian, who's actually slightly wounded right now. She is up there at the lagoon. At the top of the board, there is a tainted crystal there. Perhaps we should go with the... you know what I forgot to do? I just remembered this. We had the help from the sprites of the realm. We could have rolled an additional die for our quest. Remember, we were trying to roll, what was it? 5s and 6s, I think, to gain the help to remove 2 minions. Let's go ahead and roll a die. This would have been the extra die. And that's a 1, so it didn't work out. Never mind. Let's continue. We're looking here to possibly try to dive for this Pearl of Fortune. Let's take a look at the card again. So this is a bit of a long one here. We travel to the lagoon, spend 1 action, flip over 1 Darkness Spreads card. Let's do this just step by step. We'll spend an action, and we'll flip over a Darkness Spreads cards. We have I think we're looking at a red and a green. Maybe in trouble here. Discard 1 hero card matching the color of the 2 locations. So I'm thinking that, well, we only have red and black. So I don't think we can do this. If you do, you succeed. If you fail, perform all actions on the Darkness Spreads card as if drawn in the night phase. If the Darkness Spreads card does not show locations, the quest fails. Well, I guess we failed this one. We needed to discard 1 hero card matching the color of the 2 locations. And there's 2 locations, red and green. So we didn't have any green. So instead, I guess we need to carry out this failed, the failed conditions of this quest card. 2 demons go to Pleasant Hill, bringing that to 3. I'll take you to the board here so you can see we just put 2 there. 3 demons in Pleasant Hill. Here we go with these crystals again. And 2 orcs go into the Father Oak Forest. Father Oak Forest is right here, so we're safe there. But is the Orc General going to move? It says he's going to move to Orc Valley. That's here. That is not his next space. So that is no. Well, that didn't go well. We failed the Pearl of Fortune quest. Let's draw a new one for our Barbarian. All right, here we go. Enemy is called Battle on the High Seas. Enemy troops are being transported to battle by the infamous black barges. Travel to Seabird Port. Seabird Port. Okay, that's just across the map a little bit. All right, so travel to Seabird Port, spend 1 action, call out 2 different numbers, 1 to 6, then roll 4 dice. Roll both numbers called to claim your reward. Man, I wonder if some of these are just wastes of time. Well, we do get a bonus die when we attempt certain quests, but too bad we couldn't roll a die for that last one. That was just a straight matching card colors. Okay, so the barbarian will continue. For the barbarian, our next action token will move to Wolf Pass. I think for 1 more, we'll move into the Father Oak Forest. And then for our last action, we'll attempt an attack on the 2 orcs there. So let's give these dice a roll. All right, no bonuses here. That's a 3 and a 6. Orcs need a 3 or better. So I actually think this is going to work. We kill both of them. And we do have, if 2 or more enemies is killed within the first attack in a location, we get to remove 1 minion in adjacent areas. So we get to remove a demon, and we get to remove an undead. We scared the undead away. All right, so that was her last action. She is still wounded 1 life token. We haven't healed that yet, but that's where she's going to end her turn. You know, I think I skipped a couple of things. I got a couple of interruptions in my playthrough. As I was finishing things up for the Eagle Rider, I think we did that correctly. Now that I think about it, we did draw cards and do darkness spreads. So let's go ahead and go through that with the barbarian. We're going to draw 2 cards, and we're getting mostly reds and blacks for the barbarian, but we do have a special card. And as we head into the night, we get a darkness spreads card, and we get 2 demons in Orc Valley and 2 green in the Father Oak Forest. That's right where we are. And the demon general would move into Monarch City, but he is not. He is not, thankfully, he's not even off of his starting position. So that's where we end up with the barbarian. Just checking back on the tape, I knew I missed something. I had a couple of interruptions with my playthrough this afternoon. I don't think I did a Darkness Spreads card for the Eagle Rider. I think I missed that. So let's do another one. Remember, the barbarian basically had 2 Darkness Spreads on her turn. The first one she drew back up there at the lagoon, that would have been the card that the Eagle Rider should have drawn. But we already carried that one out. We've drawn another one, so let's just draw 1 more and see what we end up with. We've got 1 rats. We got another one in Orc Valley, so that means another tainted crystal. We got to start doing something about these. Unicorn Forest gets 2, and this is bad. That's going to give us Orc Valley got its third minion and a crystal. Unicorn Forest is getting 2, so that's a 4th minion. That is a tainted crystal and an overrun. And this playthrough is not going so well. I think we're in some trouble. So a couple of other things that people have done that are kind of an interest to me. I also find this game quite difficult. Is they start with, I think it was 24 minions instead of, it was either 26 minions or 24 minions instead of 30. So they do, I don't think they do the last set of placement, so that's 2, 4, 6, probably 24 minions. They do a couple of other things recommended in the book to make the game easier, and I think they do this all the time. Let's see. Yeah, starting the heroes with 3 hero cards. I like that. And you get an extra life token for each of the heroes. That's interesting too. But we're sort of playing it as is for the most part. And that's how we'll end up. How many crystals in the bag? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got half the crystals on the board. And that's where we'll end it with the barbarian this turn. Just also remembered, I think my barbarian would have gotten an extra die for the lone wolf card. So I need to be careful and remember all these small details since I'm controlling 4 characters. We're going to pick it up with the ranger next. The ranger is trying to get up there to the McCorm Highlands and stop this, what is it, an attack on the castle up there. So that's where he needs to go. He's starting on a green space, and I think he has something about that. Elf support, when starting a turn in a green location, gain 1 action for that turn. So we're starting off with a little bonus to our ranger. Let's have him spend that first free action to get up to, what would be the fastest way? I wonder if it would be to gate up there. Let's move down to the Dancing Stone for a free action. For our first regular action, we're going to gate up to the Highlands. We've built a gate on that space. So poof, we're there. And let's see what happens on our quest card. Well, I'm assuming this is probably one of the worst quest cards in the deck. You don't get anything from it. And if you fail to do it, an enemy general advances. So it's almost like just it reminds me of those very low reward side quests you would get in a game like Lords of Waterdeep or something. Intrigue cards. Anyway, here we are. We went up there. We don't even need to roll a die because there was only 1 token on here. So basically we have arrived to save the Duke's castle. So otherwise you succeed. So we've succeeded and we avoid an enemy general moving. So we're up there now in the McCorm Highlands, surrounded by undead. So there we are, and we've spent 1 action token and used our free action for the turn. I guess now we have to fight the undead or get out of there. I guess we really do need to draw a new quest card. I gotta say, I'm feeling a little less excited about quest cards recently. Let's take a look at this one, another wordy one. Runestone of Destruction. A quest for a runestone is a quest for great magical power. Travel to the Cursed Plateau. That's down there, one of our tainted spaces on the board. Spend 1 action to discard any number of red hero cards, to roll 2 dice for each one you discard. Roll a 6 and claim your reward. For each 1 and 2 suffer 1 wound. All right, so what's the reward? You get this rune stone, discard this quest card, and spend 1 action to destroy all minions on your location and all adjacent minions. All heroes, including you, and generals, including the undead general, on these locations suffer D3 wounds each, and a tainted crystal is added to. What? Why would I want to do that? Okay. All right. All right, I think my ranger is going to use a special card. Battle strategy. We're going to defeat all minions on 3 locations and push 1 general back a location. This is pretty costly. We're not going to get to use this this card in battle against a general. That would have helped with a couple of dice, but let's see what we can do. I think I want to get rid of the Dragonkin. They're just very difficult to defeat. So we're going to wipe them out in 2 locations. And I think I'm going to go ahead and wipe out the undead here at the Highlands where we're standing. And our ranger still has some other actions to go. I guess I want to get down there and try to get close to Sapphire. I only have 1 card. I kind of just used one of my best cards to fight the generals, but let's see. Maybe we can try some archery here. Let's shoot some arrows into the Serpent Swamp. We'll spend another action. Going to be firing arrows into the Serpent Swamp. Let's just roll them out here on the board. 4s are better. And we killed 1 with our archery. All right. By the way, I needed to push Sapphire back 1 space. Sapphire just moved back to Heaven's Glade, where our sorceress is. So there we can see it a little better. Sapphire just moved back, got pushed back to Heaven's Glade. Ranger still has 3 actions remaining. Let's spend another to gate down to the Dancing Stone. And let's spend another action to fight the undead that is there. Let's just do a quick roll right here on the board, trying to get a 4 or higher. That's a 1. That won't do it. So I either have to stay and try to fight this guy or move 1 space. Why don't we... Let's spend our last action and move 1 space to the Whispering Woods. That'll get us in a green location. We'll get some bonuses for being there. So that exhausts the ranger's turn. I really don't like his new quest card very much. But let's see. I think that's all he can do, so let's draw a couple of hero cards for him. Ranger's going to get a blue and a red. I'll be glad to take the blue. And Darkness Spreads. Let's go to that next. And let's see what we've got just off camera there. Orc Valley. Rats! Orc Valley. Orc Valley's full. Orc Valley gets another crystal, and we have an overrun. So all adjacent areas. Ooh, that's Monarch City. We get a minion in Monarch City. We get one in the Dancing Stone, one in Wolf Pass, and one in Eagle Peak Pass. Ouch. I don't see any roads leading to the north out of the Orc Valley. But that means Mr. Eagle Rider is going to be running back to Monarch City as quickly as he can. Enemy general movement. Did we get any? It's saying that the Orc general would advance into Monarch City, but he's fortunately not next to Monarch City, so we're safe for the moment. We're getting low on these crystals, though. Well, we'll go ahead and push forward with the Sorceress getting another turn. I think she might stay in the form of an orc, so that's going to be her disguise. She's going to start right here in Heaven's Glade with Sapphire and the two orcs. I'll pan over there so you can see her a little better. She's back in the shadows right back there, disguised as an orc. So for her, that's right, she took a token of damage before. We need to get her up to Ghost Marsh to get this Crystal of Light. But she can't leave the spot because there are orcs there and she has orc hatred. So spend an action. She's going to attack the orcs present. And she gets a bonus die. I'll give her maybe a black one. And she gets to fight these two minions. Just roll it right here on the board. That's good enough to kill both of the orcs. So now she's free to move. She doesn't have any blue cards to fight the enemy general, so it's probably all right for her to move away. 1, 2, 3. It's going to take 3 tokens to get up to Ghost Marsh. Let's go ahead and spend them. She needs to go Thorny Woods, Amarak Peak, and then all the way up to Ghost Marsh. So there she is. 1 token remaining. Let's see what her quest card says. So this quest card looks like it could have been one from the original game. I think I remember reading this one before. In a dark dungeon, the Crystal of Light still glows. We travel to Ghost Marsh. We are there. Spend an action. We're going to spend her last action. Roll 3 dice. Thanks to the, what was it, Sprites of the Realm, we're going to be adding an additional die. So, going to be rolling 4 dice total. I guess I'll take 1 of each color. Maybe that'll be lucky. We'll see. Going to plop down the old tower. Let's see what we get. I'll pull back a little bit so you can see the results. What are we looking for? 5 or 6? 5 or 6, and we get this crystal. Nope. 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 Yes. Woo-hoo-hoo. Thanks to the sprites. All right, we've got the crystal. So while in a tainted location, discard this quest card to remove all tainted crystals at the location. So we could go to Orc Valley. Wow, wouldn't that be thematic? She has orc hatred. Her family was killed in the Orc Valley Wouldn't that be nice if we traveled over there to Orc Valley, which is infested with demons and is corrupted with 2 crystals. Wouldn't that be nice to get rid of those? So thankfully she's got this. Quest completed and crystal in hand. She is still wounded, 1 token. But let's go ahead and draw her a new quest card. Well, this is kind of a simple looking one. The Dark Troops are a plague you have vowed to eradicate. So defeat 4 black minions. As you fulfill this quest, put the minions on this card. Discard it to avoid placing troops in 1 black location on a Darkness Spreads cards. So not sure why I'm suddenly hating the undead, but that's all right. Let's go to an overview here. We're going to draw her 2 hero cards. We get a special green and another special. So let's switch cameras again. Let's take a look and see which general she might be best equipped to start trying to go after. We've got 1 for the demon general, 2 dice for any general, and a couple of green. So she could potentially roll 4 dice against the green general and 4 dice against the undead general. So that's what she's best prepared for. Let's head into her Darkness Spreads. The Minotaur Forest. I think the enemy general is moving. Minotaur Forest gets 2 green. The Minotaur Forest. Takes them up to 3. Land of the Amazons gets an undead. And we have a Bold General High Council card in place, so he gets 1 less minion. So he doesn't take a minion with him, he just moves into the Raven Forest by himself. So Balazarg, the Demon General, has made his first move. I actually should draw a High Council card for him. Let's take a look at it. Well, look at that. That looks pretty nice, doesn't it? Heal the land. The druids come forth and work their magic, healing the land. Remove all tank crystals from a single location. But druid assistance. Heroes add +1 to each die rolled in a heal the land action. Wow. Both of those are really good. I'm not sure which one to choose. So I could heal the Orc Valley, or I could give us +1 to all heal the land attempts. With the number of crystals on the board, I wonder if that is the better choice. Let's again continue to go with the ongoing effect. So we're going to go with keeping +1 to all attempts to heal the land. So we've still got the Crystal of Light with the Sorceress. Does she have to be on the space? Yes, it says while at a tainted location, she can discard that card and heal the land automatically. But this is going to allow our other heroes to have a little bit of a better chance to get some of these crystals knocked off the board. Alright, so that's what we'll do there. And that will end it for the Sorceress. Just a final look here at the board. Crystal, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I feel like there's a 7th one somewhere. 7, the Lagoon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 out of 12 on the board. We've got our Barbarian here at the Father Oak Forest, the Ranger at the Whispering Woods, Elf Riders down here at Fire River, and our Sorceress is up there at the Ghost Marsh. And that's where I think I'll have to stop today. Had a few interruptions, sort of broke my train of thought at a couple of times, but not too bad. Let me know if you spotted any mistakes that I didn't catch myself. Anyway, I will catch you later for some more Defenders of the Realm. Once again, this game is proving to be quite difficult.